Joined here by Calvin head football coach Trent Figg after a 34-31 win over Trent. And our director of athletics, Dr. Jim Timmer, just informing me that this is the first ever win in the month of October. Feels pretty good, doesn't it, Coach?
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I'm so proud of our players. I'm so proud of our players and our coaches for the way that we put together a plan and that we executed a plan for 4 full quarters. And I feel like really this may be the first time we've done that. You know, we've played 17 games here, since we started, and this was a big one for us. I think it was a step forward for our guys. Man, we just never wavered throughout the course of the game. This team is starting to grow up a little bit. Just so proud of the way that they responded to adversity. They continued to battle. They believed in each other. They went out and executed a plan all game long.
So talk about the defense first. I mean, I know you guys gave up 31 points, although only 24 by the defense. One was on a special team situation. But, boy, they fought hard, turned the ball over on the opposition, and really allowed you guys to stay in this game and put you in a position to win.
I thought our defense battled today. I mean, our defense got put in some bad spots today. Just kind of different things throughout the course of the game. But those turnovers we had were huge. I thought those guys just did a really good job of when it mattered, they really stepped up. So obviously there's some things that we're going to have to clean up defensively like we do every week. But I thought they did a good job. And offensively, those guys, they just responded. And every time we needed them, they came out there and they just did it.
So on the offensive end, you came up with some explosive plays. It sometimes was a little stop and start the offense, but you came up with some key ones. Just the overall play of the offense, what would you say?
Man, so, we went into it and we wanted to let it rip today. And I thought that Thomas did a really good job. Obviously threw some interceptions that we have to get those things cleaned up. But I thought our receivers did a great job of competing today. I thought they played physical. It was a very physical football game. Thought those guys just did a really good job.
So the winning touchdown, Hunter Hogan's been kind of a bell cow of a running back, and you started shifting him out to where he's been last year, for instance, splitting out for passes, and it was a little bit of a wheel route, if I remember correctly, and Thomas kind of put it right on him, and in a little bit of traffic, Hunter came up with a big play and got across. So, what did you see on that one?
Yeah, so all week long we've been working that matchup. We knew we wanted to get Hunter in space this week. Like you said, he'd been a bell cow for us running the football. This week we really changed our plan offensively to get him in space, to get him catching some more balls. He did a really good job of coming down with that. Him and Thomas have had a great connection, since the season started, and it was good. It was just really, really cool to see him come down with that ball.
Luke Mitchmerheisen came up with some key grabs, had a touchdown today. He's a tough matchup for the other team, isn't he?
Yeah, Luke's tough. And I'll tell you this, Luke is becoming a physical football player, and he likes to be physical. Yeah. And so he did a really good job of doing that today, making some big catches for us and, keeping the chains moving.
Hayden Slagers came in and got you some tough yards when you need him, over 50 yards rushing, and he gives you a different dimension, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's really kind of, in fall camp, partway through fall camp, we moved him from quarterback to running back, and it takes time to learn that position. Yeah. He got banged up really early in the season, and he's finally healthy now, and it's starting to show. He gives us a little different dynamic there, and that was great to see today.
At times, I thought your offensive line really gave you some nice pushes. You're playing some young guys in there right now. There's a couple times where it was 4th and short, and you just went with the old quarterback wedge play and plowed through, including a touchdown for Thomas there. That's a good sign, though, isn't it, when they're starting to show some physicality?
They're taking pride in it. Those guys stepped up today. I thought that they were as physical as they've been all year today, and to be able to do that, that's big for our football team.
Defensively, we were talking a little bit about Caden McCullough, 11 tackles, 3 sacks, and he's kind of been thrust into more of a role because you've had some injuries back in the linebacking core. Just your thoughts on what he brought to the table today.
Caden was unbelievable today. Caden is playing with some severely banged up ribs. He stepped in, Trevor got hurt, Caden stepped in, didn't miss a beat. He was very productive today, all over the field. Here's the thing about Caden, we talk about intention in our program all the time. That guy's very intentional about everything that he does. All week long he studies, he reps, he studies, he reps. He does everything it takes to prepare, and he prepares right up until kickoff happens. He never stops preparing for the game.
I know you were talking a little bit about it on the post-game interview, but you guys are up 24-10, and you end up falling behind 31-27, and there are some things that kind of were going against you there out on the field, and yet your guys didn't quit. Talk about that mentality.
Yeah, we say all the time it's all about us, and we mean it whenever we say it. So on our sideline, we're not worried about the other team, not worried about anybody else that's on the field. We're going to go out there and compete, and if we take care of our business, we feel like we can play against any opponent that we play against.
Another pretty good crowd here today. Always good to be playing at home, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, Night Nation's awesome, just like always. We're going to need them one more time this year at home. Senior Day next weekend will be huge for us, but just appreciate everybody who comes out and supports our guys.
Yeah, and just thoughts on next week. You had the Comets of the University of Olivet coming here.
Yeah.
What do you expect from that one?
Yep, haven't watched a ton of film on them. We'll dive into that tonight and tomorrow. I know they've been up and down all year, but like we say, it's all about us. Every week it's all about our team. Can we prepare? Can we execute how we need to? If we do that, we feel like we can play with anybody in our league. So they're the next team up that we'll play against, and our guys will come out ready to go.
Very good. We'll look forward to talking to you next week. Congrats on the win.
God bless and go Knights.
Go Knights.